welcome to Sea Fishing with CJ down on the beach. Come to quite a different location here, and I've never fished here in this configuration. I have fished here, I mean 30 or 40 years ago, before the Sovereign Harbour was built. So I fished off the beach just over there in fact, but it's quite different now. I'm going to be joined by Tony Kirrage, the Godfather of Sole, who's going to show me how to catch sole off this beach. So a bit later on, hopefully we'll see some sole action. I have got one sole rig out, so I have got one rod out with a three hook paternoster loop rig, the Portsmouth loop rig, I don't know, with tiny hooks on it, a little bit of worm, just with the hope of catching an early sole, and that's it. So no more ado, we are fishing. As soon as something happens, I'll carry on filming. What's that? Charter boat or a commercial boat going out into the sunset. Obviously the sun is still on the water out there, but we're in the shadow here. It's quite surreal, it looks like it's illuminated. So here's Tony with his new Innova bait and tackle box.
Oh basically,
yeah, amnesia.
It's
yeah.
amnesia, yeah. So sometimes use fluorocarbon as well. It's good, but that amnesia is nice, especially if it's in the dark. It'd be dark time to get going. And if you notice, if you look at them two, how lovely they are, and then look at the bottom one. It's a right mess. Look, it's just hanging there. Look, see it?
Yeah.
So basically, we do the same with the bottom dropper, and then about 2 times. And then look how that's going to lay on the bottom. Perfect.
Yeah,
look.
beautiful.
Terrific, isn't it?
Yeah, the ones you got me here, like I've got a Portsmouth loop rig on the bottom.
I fished the match. I had 5 soles on Friday.
Right.
One was undersized, and Gerald, my mate, he makes my rigs for me a lot. He made me a longer one. Right. But my mate was using this, the standard rig we use, and normally, as I said to you, I normally beat him in the matches because he's quite good, but I cast further in him. But you don't have to cast with this. And he had 6, come second, made up, you know, for him, and he had 6 soles. But he never had any rag either. I think they like a bit of rag. Right. They do like, you know, muddies from the river. They do like them. Oh yeah. But you know, I don't want to go and do that to catch a few soles. But he only had straight lug, and he had 6. Just trying to cast 60 yards if you cast further is not very easy sometimes, you know what I mean? No. But see, that's all I'd do. Look, put that on there. Nothing spectacular. I'd just tuck the last bit. When you get to there, even though you've got stops on, sometimes they're not powerful enough. They're probably half plopping, you know, not going in shore. But when I fish normally now, I get to there, just tuck that last 2 round in there. Yeah. What it does, it stop it going up the line. Yeah, just so if you hit it quite hard, if you were fishing normal, them last 2 tucks there, they'll stop that because that will go up the line when you cast. Yeah. And believe me, that you reel your stops in, they're up here. You don't believe it how powerful it is when you whack it. Yeah. So what I do is I'll tuck that in like that, and it just stops it going up the line. Yeah. And also you might get a bit of juice out of the bottom of the lug, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I put a little bit of bait elastic on them just to hold in place above the eye. Yeah, well, that's ideal, yeah. But you certainly don't need a great big bait. No, well, I mean, they've only got a tiny mouth, haven't they? And that's where a lot of people go wrong. They come in with a shop and that, and they got, as you just said, they got real tiny mouths. Yeah. And there you are, putting this great big hook on. It's quite sad, really, because you're missing them left, right, and centre. And they're good. Or you get your baits rag because they're nibbling right in the end. Yeah, they're not little fish. No. They're good fish, you know what I mean? To miss them is quite. Give you a cracking bite, don't they? They really hit that rod, like you can't believe. Yeah. And then you think you you guarantee that you've missed it, and it's just sitting on there. Yeah. They just lay there afterwards. A lot of the time, you know, they just lay there, and you think, oh, I've missed it. On Friday, I had one £1 one, I think it was. Oh right, okay. And nice. Last cast. Yeah. And it whacked the rod like man. I thought that's a pound fish, you know. Great, you know, it's flat like me. And it never moved. And there was 4 minutes to go, and I thought, I missed it. And then come in and I had it. And also, when you reel them in it, I don't know why it is, but they're fairly heavy.
Yeah.
As they get down the edge here, they really fight.
Yeah.
In the edge of the water.
Well, perhaps they don't like being over the shingle, maybe.
They're just strong fish.
Yeah,
They're totally different animals.
Well, they must. When you hold one, it's a whole flat muscle, isn't it?
Yeah. But they're so powerful, you know. Like you get a place, you hit the rod and you lay there, and they just come in.
Yeah.
Within reason, you know, it's a really big one. Yeah. But these things, they kind of arch their back and go. You know what I mean? Right, so we've got 3 baits on there.
Right.
Hopefully I've got a rod attached to them. Finger stall is a must. Can't live without this. Even though I'm not going far, because I've got a braided leader and that, you could cut your fingers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always use a finger stall, it's just habit as well. But even if it's not casting far, you could.
Yeah,
it's like cheese wheel, you know, from the boat. It's like cheese wire, that stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, if you kind of like get it wrong, that'll take your finger off nearly going.
Yeah, well, I've seen someone do that. Actually, take the pad off his finger with it.
Well, I was with a guy in a boat, and he just picked it up, his reel in the boat. The next minute, he sliced right into his finger. Really, you know, stitches job.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Oh, that's pretty neat. Now, normally I'll clip all that.
Right.
But I'm quite happy to let that go as it is because we're not going to go very far.
Because you're not blasting it, yeah?
No, not going far at all. So, other than what I normally would do is clip it, bang it, and just go down there. And I'll go a little bit further because it's going out the tide. So, you know, if it was coming in, they come in with the tide. Maybe going out, they might go out with it a bit. You know?
Yeah.
That's probably too far. Let's do it for a start.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When you do get, because of this braid, and I've got a braid leader, when I do get a decent bite, I don't like, no, I haven't been caught before, like I said, don't like the idea of them feeling it.
No.
So what I do, I'd put that on quite slack, not silly slack, and then basically I'll let it go a few times, and then when I feel happy, I'll slowly tighten it up.
Right.
But you must remember, like I said to you before, when you go and cast, you must make sure it's tight.
Or what I would do, forget that I've done it and strike and go.
Yeah, as you say. I did that at Chelsea on a ray.
Yeah.
I was letting it take line and I forgot.
Yeah.
It was on one of Graham Pullen's films.
Yeah.
And it was going and going and going. I thought, I'll just lean into it now.
Yeah.
Of course, it just come off the spool and I missed it.
Yeah.
And I had a bite down there for about 5 hours. Then big painted rays and that, I think they were.
Right, we just had a bite on the right hand rod. Let's see if it carries on. I did have a bite, but of course I put the camera on and it generally means that the bites end with the camera on.
What one was it? The little rod?
No, the one this side, the rod this side.
Well, if it's a sole, if it hit hard,
It was kind of
they don't move again.
And then nothing's happened for a while, and then it can pump, so it might be another one.
That's what I said to you. It's best to leave it, but when you reel it, it's probably on there. But it's horrible thing with stuff. They hit it once and they leave it. And they just lay there.
Well, I imagine the defence mechanism is that they hold down at the bottom, don't they?
Yeah.
Hold down again.
Knock this one up to the right.
Yeah.
Keep it out of the way of everything.
So Tony, the Godfather of Sole, done it again.
That's over £1, I'll tell you.
Nice.
Right, let's see if I can go over that line somehow. I've got an easy way of doing it. That's alright, I've done it. Well, I think so, it's only the clip. Took it off the clip, so fire it, that's it. That's a nice fish, that, isn't it?
Wouldn't be good. I reckon you got 3 on there.
One, I reckon. Maybe 2.
Tiny thing.
Yeah, we know what happened there. A big one's come off. We got that one. That wasn't that. That's what happened, see? Look, see that top hook? That's the one I missed. See on the top?
Well, it's not a blank. I have got the tiniest of soles here. It's an absolute microscopic sole, but not a blank. So, do I do a dance? We'll have to think about it. I've also brought in a rig that has obviously cracked off, so I've got a spare rig here. Yeah, so there we go. Tiny little sole. And this is on the go, little tiny sole. At the size of your tongue. Well, we've christened the Fury FX435, albeit with a tiny little slip smaller than the palm of my hand. And Tony has got a fish on the lightweight rod, the harbour rod, estuary rod.
Not that I know, you just wait on it.
Well, we'll see in a minute. Yeah,
Like estuary.
Let me get off film.
Nice one, isn't it?
Right, the Tony's just reeled in the estuary rod, and
we have a bass.
he's got a nice schoolie.
Near enough, sizable, not quite.
Almost, but not quite, yeah. But even so, on that little tiny light rod.
Yeah, we'll put him
on
back.
a tiny little
Nice fish, isn't it?
Yeah. So there
Didn't
you go.
even see a bite, did we, hardly?
No.
Small bite. Incredible. Flipping hell. It gives no rain on my feet.
Yeah, it's same with me.
Whatsoever.
Mind you, it said no rain on my thing for this morning and I got soaked, so
Did you?
yeah. Yeah, it's still twinging, isn't it?
Yeah, he's on there. There's a little slip on a little soles. It's like there's another one behind it or something. You got it? There you go again, that was going mental. You see it? Got it?
Is it going now? Oh yeah.
Mental, yeah.
So that's on the little air light.
4 ounce lead, the sole. We'll let him hang himself. Nice little bite, look at that. Bite detection for that. Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Pinging away.
60 yards out. Lovely, look.
I mean, a little rod like that, it just shows up them.
Look, slack line me now, look, see?
Oh yeah.
Pulled the lead out now. So you know he's definitely on there when he's pulled the lead out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when they pull the lead out, they're normally over a pound in weight. But because that's a 4 ounce lead, it will pull that out. You know what I mean? So it's a little lead. So it's going to act different, you know what I mean? It could be a little bass, but I think it's a sole. We'll have it in, shall we? Get the excitement going. I might buy a light rod yet. I doubt it. Right, let's have a look then. See what we got, eh? Can't handle multipliers if used to anymore. So it's really sort of weird, you know? Not very heavy though.
Say a little schooling maybe.
I don't feel heavy at all. I don't think we got it. Believe it or not. It was going all that time, look.
Yeah, feeling well good, and then you say
Nothing on there. Nothing on there at all.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
You wouldn't believe that, would you?
No, not after all that.
See, the reason we missed that, to give you a bit of indication here, the reason we missed that is that silly little weight, right, was pulled out. Now, if that had been a bigger rod, and a 5 ounce, 5 1/4 lead or a 6, that wouldn't have pulled out. That fish would have pulled against that and he got hooked. But because he's just carted it around, and even though it's going, that's the reason we missed it. And that's why, personally, unless you gear up a different way, I don't like using light rods. You know, because I find that, I mean, that was going for ages. Unless it did come off on the way in because it was.
Maybe.
It's a bit jaggedy there. Show him it. I think it would have been a sole.
Yeah, it would have been nice to get it on that rod as well. Gives you
that's the one you'd think you'd never miss, and it was gone.
But it gives you an idea of the bite registration.
It's on that hook there, look. He's had the bait. Yeah, but that's nice, the bite registration, wasn't it?
Right, well, I've just had a knock on the nearest rod, which is my pen. But I mean, I'm getting solid tug, you know, not like a little rattle. So I'm thinking it's hooked on there, and every so often it tries to swim off. Next time I'll wind into it. Look at that moon. Come on, next tug. Come on, give us a tug. The old flash of lightning as well. Right, we're going to do the Tony trick. Definitely drag the lead along a little way there. Let's see if we've got anything. So, here we go. Doubly not a blank, my second sole of the night. You'd be able to put a postage stamp on and post it. It's too small for a postcard even, but it's a fish nonetheless. So beautiful little fish, aren't they? Sole, got a little black fin that they flag up.
Might have been a schooling. You lay there and go again, surely. Camera comes on.
fish goes.
Cracking rattling bite on the right hand rod here, and sod's law, soon as you put the camera up, it stops.
It's gone.
I mean, how do they know?
Hang on, I think he's coming back here. I think he's on there, but he should hit it harder. I think they just lay there themselves, and he's a good one, this one. And he may go again. He really hit it, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'll try and move it. I'm going to reel it in. Come right down the harbour, this has. Oh yeah. I think he's might be on there coming through the lid. See if that does anything now. If it don't, I still think the fish was on there. There he goes. I think he's on there, he's not doing anything, but I think he's gone down with the tide. I'm going to get it in because it was a lovely bite.
Yeah.
It's a cracking bite.
Yeah, I've just
Bit of weight on here. I had a bite earlier on as well, Chris, so I don't know, I can feel it already. Good news. And the weed.
Oh, nice.
That'll do, won't it?
That'll do.
Set off. Bit further out then.
So I shall say it again, Tony Kirrage, the Godfather of Sole.
Yeah. One for Steve. My mate, my digger. We've got two here. That was further out, Vince.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't miles and miles, but it's further out. Never know where it's bloody are, do you? Not even match fishing tonight, look. Jesus, isn't it? That's we baited up.
Yeah.
It's on the little rod, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, the light.
Is that right or not?
Yeah, because you've got the light there, so that's better. Yeah, that's a nice little slip.
Yeah.
And that's on the
It's on the little air light rod.
air light. Yeah.
Quite nice, really. The real Godfather. Get in here.
Yeah. You packing up now, are you?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So there you go. We packed up, or I was packed up. Tony was about to sack up when his rod started going over, and he got a little trio, little threesome.
That made it better, didn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, they're not monsters, are they? But they're better than the tiny slips that we were getting.
They'll go back. These, I'll put these back. But, just shows you that now they're getting you're getting a bit of water there. They're coming on.
Yeah.
But we can't stay all night.
No. So we're packing up. We're going home.
Very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much to the Sole. Tone, thanks very much for that, mate. It was a real education, as always, coming out fishing here. I didn't blank. I had a couple of slips, but of course you hit it off. You've had some.
Got a bit lucky. 7 soles and a bass all together.
Yeah.
With Chris's. Could have been a bit better, but in the end we got a couple of nice fish. Bass is sizeable.
Yeah.
2 lovely soles there, about
Yeah.
41.5, 42.
Yeah.
So they're nice ones. They're over a pound. So good day at the office in the end.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Yeah.
And if we carried on, we'd get quite a few more. But the tide's eased now, so we'd have to wait another hour for it to run again. So it's about 1 o'clock now, and I think we're going to call it a day.
Past my bedtime.
Yeah, and me. We're getting tired now.
Yeah. But anyway, so
And thanks very much.
yeah, keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing.
Thank you very much. It's
Yeah,
been brilliant.
thanks to you
Cheers,
guys.
Right.
And we got to test out 2 of the new Achios rods. So
Yeah, really nice. Tested out the new rods
Yeah.
and the new reel, the black reel. I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah,
we filmed that.
yeah, we did.
But
yeah,
you've got the black Achios R10 now, which
it's beautiful.
which is
reel,
good because the paint
smooth.
doesn't chip
Yeah.
off or anything. And it's superb, you
Yeah,
know.
it's lovely. I fished it all night and it was lovely.
Yeah, smooth as silk, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're really
and
nice.
that little estuary rod, yeah, definitely want one.
No,
I know
brilliant.
you're not a great fan of it, I know, but I like it. I like it.
It's a lovely rod. I just don't like rods. Beautiful rod. It's just that I tend to get. I'm so used to the rods that I use.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like rods unless I'm really fishing. You know, like maybe in an estuary or really light, or even mackerel. Fantastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's only what you get used to, and you've got to have one in your armoury. That's the thing. You know.
Yeah, and I've introduced you to a new mark that I've not fished before, so I know I can come down here and give this a go here. Fantastic. So, good night all. See you on the next one.
Thank you. Just looking at what that is up there.
We
It's like an alien. Look, right there. Alien spaceship. What? Oh, it stopped.
There's obviously some sort of signal light shine flashes there like the lighthouse thing.
It stopped. Oh, yeah, it was. Look.
But I
It'll
trade
go, it'll be
never run forever.